issues. And over the years, I've seen a lot of different people to deal with it. And I've used a lot of resources myself personally, trying to better myself and better my thinking so that I could better myself. And I've grown up with a lot of help with different services, psychiatrists, social workers, and slowly but surely, after an amount of time, they do seem to help you if you let them.
I've been in situations where I needed help, and when I went to people that work through the society, they helped me, and I think that it's a good turning point for a lot of people that could be seeking a lot of help and that could use good help, especially in the lifestyle that I've lived all my life. Maybe it's like sometimes it's better for people to have someone to talk to other than their peers or people that are not so influential on their life, that they need somebody with better influence to guide them a little bit better.
I'm currently going through a personal situation with my own children where mental health has come into play, and I think it's important for parents and other caregivers to evaluate that as an issue when you're going through familial situations. I think it's important, and we're obligated to our children and those that we care about to look at mental health as an area of concern when dealing with kids.
My message for mental health workers and agencies is you really just have to make it friendly for youth, and they will want to get help. They really want help, and if you show them that you really care and you want to help them, then they'll come in and they will definitely trust you.
Continue what you're doing. Try to help as many people as you can, because you're doing a really great cause over here, and a lot of people are getting supported by this. It makes all the people who are affected by disabilities feel much better and higher of themselves. It gives them confidence, and throughout life, when they grow older, if we help them from right now, they will feel confident and can face the world outside.
My message for mental health workers and agencies would be to really listen to what the kids are saying. Don't give up on them. Keep providing them with ongoing support to keep moving them along through the various levels of progress.
I think there should be more open-minded help, like less judgmental counseling, less criticisms about life choices, just trying to put themselves in other people's shoes.
It's okay to want to get help, and if you really think you need help, then go. There's nothing wrong with you, and it's perfectly normal, and it's definitely a very good, mature thing to do.
Youth don't really know a lot about getting help for services and all that stuff, so I think even if it would be possible that a youth could contact, like by phone, say, call a number and say, my name is so-and-so and I feel that I'm suffering from depression, say, and then they could have someone contact them, let them know that everything's gonna be, like how everything's gonna work, and then let them know that they can come, and then someone can meet them at the door and all that. I think would be definitely great, because going to a big building that you've never been to and having to ask a receptionist for something that you don't even know, you're very unsure of everything. I think it would be great if there was familiarity or just a way when they initially did approach for help.
I care about mental health services as a mother because there's nothing more heart-wrenching than to see your child suffering from depression or a self-esteem issue and not be able to do anything. And so it's really important to me that there are professionals out there who can provide services to help them, whether they don't want to talk to me as a mom or if I just can't answer the questions or give them the answers that they need to help them feel better. It's really important that children grow up healthy and happy, and therefore I believe that mental health services are really important for kids.
People aren't getting the help that they need in order to be part of our communities and societies.
I feel that everybody is impacted by mental health at some time in their life, whether it's themselves personally or people that they love.
Well, I've actually had a relative, an 8-year-old relative of mine, be the recipient of Children's Mental Health Services, and she was struggling with a lot of disruption and chaos in her family, and she found coming to counseling to be a safe place, a place where she could kind of test out her thoughts and her feelings and her emotions, and actually gain a lot of confidence in herself, and understanding that what she's feeling is normal for a child who's going through what she's going through, so that when she steps out the door of the agency, she steps out with the confidence to know that she's a normal child, that she's got the skills and abilities to overcome whatever challenges and difficulties that she's obviously going to have facing her. And the services are giving her those kinds of supports, giving her those kinds of positive messages. And I've been extremely thankful and appreciative for those services and how they've directly impacted her life in a very positive way.
Understand the individuals more. Take time to not just understand everybody if it is a group setting, more on a one-on-one. If it is a one-on-one thing, don't try to nag on them about their life. Find out why their life is like that. Ask them why they feel the way that they're feeling. Don't try to take control of them. You know, it's easier to find the hidden secrets if you're more comfortable and you make them feel more comfortable. If you're not, it doesn't feel like you're actually talking to someone like, as I say, the police or something. You know, you're actually talking to a friend that's you've just been waiting to talk to for a long time and that you never got a chance to.
I feel that there should never be a wait list for people who are in need of mental health services. People should have immediate access to services when they have mental health problems. But the other thing too is to have experienced workers that are able to pick up those cases and work with people who have mental health problems and be able to effectively help them through their issues. And not everybody would be long-term clients, so even if you had some crisis workers that helped with immediate crises that people are going through, but they may not have to come for a long time, and then other workers that worked with clients that needed longer term.
I can see where there are a lot of youth that struggle with mental health issues and life skills, coping skills, and without those interventions provided for them and opportunities to develop those skills, we're looking at the future generations and our future really struggling and failing.
My message to mental health service workers and their agencies is to continue to spread the message about bringing down the stigma of mental health, especially amongst youth, and to educate their family members, educate their neighbors and friends, so that everybody's on the lookout and everybody's a little bit more sympathetic towards youth and the stresses that they face.
For a long time, as a parent, I've been dealing with what I guess those around me in the field were calling behaviors. And I think it's important that we investigate and look at mental health as a component in a child's makeup when they're going through difficult times. And if nothing else, then we either get the answer that we're looking for, or we're able to check it off the list and look at some other reasons for the child's behavior. And I think that's important for parents and people looking after other people's children to really understand and to qualify that.
My message to healthcare providers would be listen, be there for them, and also if you don't feel that you have the answers, find the answers, and because kids are important and we need to give them the best services that we can.
Having raised teenage children is that everybody at some time in their life does experience some mental health, whether it's situational depression as a result of a loss of a loved one, or anxiety with, maybe starting a new job or something like that. So mental health is such a huge range of what it can be, and it's such a big continuum that it's hard to be able to just categorize it as something small.
As children, we are their parents, and we owe it to our children, we're obligated to our children to look at every aspect of their health. And if they are going through a difficult time and things are not the way that they should be, then we need to reach out to those in the healthcare field. We need to reach out to those in the mental health profession, and we need to get questions answered.
I do have a child that has ADHD, and I think it's extremely important to have child mental health services, because the way in which my son presented with his behaviors is very different than an adult would have. So I needed to go to somebody that specialized in children and children's behavior and could interpret it correctly. And I needed mental health workers to kind of guide me in learning about my son. What is he like? What's appropriate behavior for him and inappropriate behavior for him? What's he able to control, what he's not able to control? And how do I hold him accountable and be fair? So children's mental health was extremely important to me.
Just from personal experience, I have gone through an incident with someone that I care about deeply, and for a long time they avoided looking at that mental health issue. And once it was addressed and treated with medication, they're on the road back where they should be and looking at a very successful future. And I just think we owe it to those around us to give them that opportunity.
Mental health issues can be solved and helped, and it takes a village, and everybody needs tolerance.
My message for mental health workers and agencies is, again, just how important the work of providing mental health services is to our community. It's a huge challenge. There is a significant stigma around receiving mental health services, and it's important for mental health staff and agencies to do what they can to help reduce that stigma, so people feel more comfortable approaching an agency and receiving the help that they can get there.
My message to all mental health workers and agencies is your work is very important to people, and just keep on doing what you're doing. It's greatly appreciated.
It's really good to know that you have support out in the community for a child with mental health. I do know people that have children that have severe mental health disabilities, and the fact that the community does provide a child's mental health component in their communities, it's extremely important when it comes to feeling supported and that you're not alone, and to be educated and to normalize a lot of things.
The service provides hope, it provides confidence, and it really is well worth the challenges and sometimes the working to overcome the barriers to allowing people to access services.
I've seen people be given answers to simple questions that they just couldn't find on their own. They couldn't find them within themselves. So they were not necessarily told what to think, but given different viewpoints by the services and able to piece together healthier life answers and healthier ways of living and seeing themselves and the people around them.
I think it's very good what you're doing. I think that you should continue doing it.